Never.
Start streaming.
Never.
Might as well get them both rolling. Time is it? 8:30? 8:30.
8:30-ish. No video for you, Helix Rock Radio. 'Cause you're a radio.
Yep.
Because you're a radio.
That's right.
Welcome to Grawlix Nights, the Grawlix Podcast live show. I'm Randy.
I'm Melanie.
And I'm Jesse.
What's going on, YouTube? Let me double check YouTube. Oh yeah. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Helix Rock Radio? We're live.
Your radio.
Yeah, you can't see us radio, but either can YouTube tonight.
Neither can YouTube. That's what you get at YouTube. You basically get a sticker.
Yeah, right. A fancy sticker
that talks at you.
Those do so well.
Yeah.
Those do so well on YouTube on video platforms.
Oh, sure, I'm sure. It's such authentic for the medium content. That's
whatever
what
happened,
we're making.
Happened to the little anime guys of us you made?
For the video game stuff?
Well, sure, but I thought that there were some that, would just sit there and flap their heads while we talked.
Yeah, I had they still exist somewhere. I had programmed.
They're on an external drive somewhere.
I used Game Maker to make a program that kind of worked to at least do it for one of us, for Melanie. And then we just never used it. But honestly, it was kind of janky. So that we could do that, live. Otherwise, we had to do it it had to be a post thing. I had to do after the fact.
Okay.
But I don't know. I could probably dig up that program I made.
And you could get AI to help you improve the code and whatever, because that's one of the things it does.
That's true. I bet those they've been fed full of years of Game Maker language, GML, the most useful of coding languages used only in Game Maker, GML documents and stuff. Anyway,
it's crazy, all the stuff, even the free versions of GPT know.
Right.
I'll ask him a question about some obscure, well, not even obscure, but just some classic D&D setting, and it will know a whole bunch about it.
I have used ChatGPT to help me with website code stuff. Nothing security related. Okay. Hackers, bots, endless bots.
Yeah.
You're not gonna penetrate my website security. But I have used it to help me code things that I tried to figure out for ages, and finally ChatGPT helped me with some of the stuff. The Electronic Media Collective website has some features to it that I couldn't pull off on my own. I just don't have the knowledge. But ChatGPT, it's still a crapshoot. It's still a crapshoot because it will send you code, and there's no guarantee it works. So you got to refine and mess with it. And at least at that point when I did it, it was quite a while ago now, but I still had to have a loose understanding of what it was trying to do, even if I didn't know the exact code to make it happen. So,
because you got to be able to troubleshoot it, and if you don't know enough about it, then you're just well, maybe this works. And maybe I've created a backdoor for backdoor hackers.
No.
That's a thing, right? Backdoor hackers.
Oh yeah, hackers.
It's a thing.
They love backdoors. They're all about it.
They love that backdoor. They make the backdoor. They just find the backdoor. They know about the backdoor.
They love to penetrate all of your backdoors.
So, especially your sites.
Yeah.
They've got their sites on your backdoor sites.
I mean, that's the thing, at least right now. And I get that people are and will lose jobs. But anytime I see somebody like, not all aspects of like AI stuff, but anytime I see somebody like, oh, you should have just hired an artist or a graphic designer. And it's like, who do you think used the AI though? That's who used it. I mean, I'm sure they saved some time. Maybe they didn't make as much. I don't know. But like, it's not some random suit putting this together. And if it is, you're going to be able to tell. Chances are it's the graphic designer that they would have hired to do the graphic design that's using it. Or, you know, maybe that's not the best example, but in the case of like coders, and it will hurt coders in general, but like the troubleshooting thing, you kind of still have to have some loose grasp on what you're doing, or else you're going to have terrible, shoddy code full of backdoors that all the hackers want to penetrate.
All the backers,
hackdoor activities,
hackdoor backers, hackdoor sites.
What is this show? Who is this even for?
Who is this stream for?
We don't know. Gets about security.
Hackdoors.
Or hackdoors.
Hackdoors, backdoors, backers or hackers.
Oh man, Ghost in the Shell is actually pretty relevant, talking about AI and coding and hacks, hackers.
Yep.
We should have known years ago. We don't know gets about any of this stuff. We were told on a YouTube comment.
Shh, it's a secret.
We
don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's the problem. AI, generative AI, especially when it comes to like text stuff, it got too good and it's not fun anymore. Because I feel like if we tried to do our what was that, our 11th anniversary special or whatever anniversary it was, it would not be as fun.
That's why it was so much fun, because the hallucinations were rife and they were all over the place, and it didn't make any narrative sense, and that's why it was fun. That's why we laughed so hard.
Right. I stumbled across, we're still on this topic. This is what this should tell you how much we have to talk about tonight. I stumbled across the subreddit. It was something like "My boyfriend is an AI" or "My boyfriend is ChatGPT" or something like that. And it was all about people. And it was the people themselves. It was not making fun of these people. It was the people themselves, all about people in various kinds of relationships with a ChatGPT or similar AI product. And some of them I was like, okay, I get it. They're kind of frenzies with it. It's a thing to talk to. And some of them I'm like, I'm embarrassed for you, person. Like, what are you doing?
All right.
That's got to be a hard subreddit to moderate.
Until recently, like a lot of these GPTs didn't remember, like more than 5 things. So, like until recently, like you couldn't even really use that feature unless maybe you were paying for a better GPT than I'm aware of.
Well, there was people in that subreddit particularly seemed very upset about the recent, like, is it ChatGPT 0 or 5.0 or something like that. It was an update, and the 4.0 or whatever it was went away. People were very upset because the new one was like clearly trained to like respond in a more professional manner. Get that personality out of here. Be a helpful assistant. Be a machine, basically. And a lot of those people were real upset about that. And enough so that the backlash, like OpenAI or whoever it is, brought back the old model for people.
Wow.
So, yeah. But the old model is much more trained to be, personable.
Like sassy or?
Yeah. At least some of the... Yeah, exactly. And
like a Power Ranger, teenagers with attitude.
Right. I mean, the conversations people posted, that's what it felt like I was reading. Anyway,
Mastodon.
I remember being a child and when Power Rangers first came out, and I was kind of getting a little bit older actually. Like I was like, man, I want to watch cartoons kind of already, but that came out, and I remember specifically sitting there with my friend and her little sisters, and they were like, "Is this funny?" Because it seems stupid, and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's so stupid that it's funny. That's why we like it." And she's like, "Oh, okay."
Right.
Like explaining to a child or smaller child why that was entertaining at all.
Yeah, man, it's so super camp and over the top that it was like, at first I hated it because I'm a martial artist. So it was like, nah, this isn't what martial artists do. And then after I was like, yeah, martial artists can't do this. That's dumb.
Yeah.
I want to be able to shoot lasers and kick a dude and then he just explodes.
And then you get to be like a leg or a head or something.
Yeah, then you just like raise your hand up at the sky and yell the name of some kind of dinosaur, and then suddenly you're in this dinosaur, and then you're just like shooting at a rubber monster, and then all of the dinosaurs make an even bigger robot, and you're like, yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There were definitely, like, I hated the obvious comedic sidekick characters.
Alpha, ay.
Oh, yeah, all of them. That said,
but that's been such an awful trope for so long, and like Orko and Snarf from the Thundercats, and man, there's always just been that character, and that character is just always something.
I might have been into early on the Power Rangers in a fairly unironic way longer than I should have, but that was bullied out of me. I got over that.
That was bullied out of me. Yeah.
I grew up eventually.
I liked it at least until after like the White and Green Ranger stuff happened, and then after that, I was like,
me too. I grew up.
No, that's when they're getting the lore.
Yeah, I know.
That actually impacts the stuff they filmed in America.
Yeah.
Right.
But then after that, I don't know, that got weird, and then they switched to like different creatures or something. I don't know.
When they became cars, that's when I was like, what?
Oh.
And then they had a kid, and the kid would morph into like a full-grown adult body when he morphed. And I was like, what? And it's a kid that could drive a car. So it was like, it's the car season. And it's just like, I'm going to drive a car with you guys. It was like, this is really irresponsible. Teenagers with attitudes is bad. But A, you've got this kid that is now going to morph into an adult, which is weird. And then you're going to let him drive a car, which you should not let kids do.
Yeah, I was out of it by then for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure
Grove was a little too fast, too furious.
Right. Honestly, I think I started falling out when there were other shows like I remember my friend Steve, Steve, he used to talk about Big Bad Beetleborgs, and I'm like, I don't remember Big Bad Beetleborgs. But what was the other one where
that was the one that had like a ghost that thought he was Elvis or something?
I don't know. That sounds amazing.
I'm pretty sure that's part of the Beetleborgs. There was like some weird ghost Elvis thing, and that was like their mentor. Instead of a Zordon, they had this weird ghost Elvis.
I don't think I've ever heard of this show that you're speaking of.
The name is amazing. The title is amazing.
Yeah.
What's the VR?
It is a real thing. I do remember it.
There was like a VR one. It was like Power Rangers, but like the suit up and go fight some things was
VR Troopers or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think that was it, or something like that. I think it was VR Troopers. That one I remember. But yeah, that's about the time I was like bouncing out. Yeah, VR Troopers.
Yeah.
Also,
well, and then that's when the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers kind of like eventually they just stopped being a thing. Like there was like all the original Power Rangers are gone, and now it's a whole new team. And then it was like, I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I was out of it by the time there was like before another team came in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Saved by the Bell, the new class or the next
Oh
whatever.
man, the college years. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like,
I don't
no,
watch that.
Saved by the Bell was also not good, but I watched that one all the time.
Nope.
Well, it was on all the time. You
Sex
couldn't
Force
not. I
was
don't
trash.
think.
Oh man, dude, see, I was about to ask, what do kids watch now that's just trash, but they watch because it's always on YouTube, huh?
Yeah.
YouTube and
Yeah, basically YouTube.
the
and
most
then probably some shows on Disney Plus.
Right.
Like The Villains or Descendants or something. Or Zombies, Zombie High, something.
It's really something not being restricted to, and it was different with cable, of course. You still had more choices, but like,
Sure.
Essentially, like we didn't always have cable. And when I was a kid growing up, being restricted to like 4 to 5 channels.
Yeah.
So you had like things like Nickelodeon then would be like that's like that tier that like the farm kids didn't necessarily have unless they were super rich farm kids that had a satellite.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point because cable wasn't really an option in a lot of those situations.
Too bad you didn't live in the city because you can find a way to wire that shit up. Oops, excuse my language.
Yeah, but you get like FBI suits looking for fake cable boxes. I don't know. I always heard stories about like they'd have special like agents trying to search that out.
Sure. I think Grawlix Super Friend Axton was telling us about a time where they were like, do you want to sign up for a cable package? And he was like, nah, we're good. And he's like, oh, because we just disconnected what you had. So we wondered if you wanted to pay for it.
Yeah, you want it legally.
Like, yeah. Like, no, we're good. Oh, okay. Because we disconnected the thing you were using.
Yeah, that's funny. Wow. Hey, that's better than like, I don't know, sending legal paperwork or something.
I remember my friend's mom. She's lucky she never got in trouble, but she had a special cable box and 2 VHSs, and she recorded everything all the time. Her house was full of VHSs, and I'm like, you have broken so many laws. Really, you're doing all that because I mean, the beginning of every movie has an FBI warning.
Right? It's. I mean, that's why the movie industry, like as soon as they could get away from tapes, they were all about pushing DVDs or whatever was next, something that was not recordable. I mean, of course, there's DVDs. There became, they became recordable, but the industry never really liked VHS and stuff like that for that reason. It's like cassette tapes. The record companies would disseminate propaganda, and they'd have stickers about like whatever
taping.
Yeah,
home taping is killing the music industry. Those are so funny to see now.
Yep.
I was like, was that a real thing? I don't even remember that, but like I do remember people being like, "You're not supposed to tape." I was like, "Well, why does my cassette recorder have a record function then? Just for the fake podcast that I'm doing before podcasting is a real thing?"
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved going over to my grandparents' house because they had, not only did they have, the premium cable channel, they had HBO and all that, but like they'd record the movies. And so we had like all the best, like late 80s, especially time period of movies. Man. They just had, every tape, they'd record it in the whatever speed so that you could throw 3 movies on one tape. And they just had a big collection of movies recorded off of
the EPs, the EP record mode.
Yeah,
you had SP, you had LP, and you had EP, and of course you were using EP because you get 3 movies on that bad boy.
Right, yeah, and you
play the same tape beginning to end over and over on a loop.
Yep.
I think it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ernest Goes to Jail. And Spaced Invaders.
Spaced Invaders. Yeah.
Spaced Invaders.
Mm-hmm.
I went back. I got a DVD copy of that recently and went back and tried to watch it. That thing is unwatchable.
It's bad, right?
That movie's real bad. I mean, I think I knew it was bad, but we enjoyed it. So I mean, it was so bad it was enjoyable back then. No, it's just really bad. Like, the aliens kind of do like a fake Jack Nicholson impression that's just bad. And then you got a guy in a Zorro costume who's like taken over by one of them. I don't even remember.
Spaced Invaders was one of those movies where we'd go like living in Cedar Bluffs, and there was a little like convenience store up downtown, which is up on a hill.
Oh yeah.
And they had videos you could rent, videotapes, and Spaced Invaders is one we'd rent repeatedly until it would start showing up on like Super Saturday and Super Sunday on TV, and then we just watch it there.
Right.
And I remember loving it. And I've watched, I don't know if I tried to watch the whole thing or just clips after I got older, and I was like, oh, I don't recall it being this bad at all. It was terrible.
Right. Yeah, it's so bad.
I'm not even sure which one is that. Is that like some aliens crash on Earth and then they're trying to build their ship to leave or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah,
then I might know which one.
But there's one of them that thinks that he's there to take over the Earth.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right. It's kind of like Stay Tuned. I had revisited not long ago. I'm sure I talked about it on one of our streams, but revisiting that one actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I didn't expect to make it through. I used to watch that all the time when it was on TV, and it's got some bad cringy stuff. And it's so dated, but like it was kind of worth the rewatch just for that.
Just for the salt and pepper?
Just the salt and pepper music video that is the climax of that movie.
Yeah.
It's maybe the most dated movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it's worth a revisit. Spaced Invaders, I don't think is like, some movies maybe just keep them behind the rose colored lenses.
Yeah. You enjoyed them as a kid. It's like Blue's Clues. If you were little for that era, it's like, yeah, okay, you watch some Blue's Clues. Let it go.
Or like you were young, you loved yourself some Space Jam. You're wrong, and why did you make a studio make a sequel?
Right.
Yeah. First one was bad. Second one didn't need to happen.
Right.
And this is
we
also
need your help.
Oh no! Why you do this to me? Why? Wow. That's the. I only watched Space Jam once, but I know that clip because the trailers were on constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Wow.
That's the worst thing they ever made Bugs Bunny do. Was beg Michael Jordan for help.
Mm-hmm. Bugs Bunny reminds me, you were kind of talking about earlier when whichever we were talking about. I don't like when they make like adult lanes. Maybe it makes it easier for people to watch, but when they make adult references in cartoons and kids don't understand it because like the carrot thing, bunnies like carrots. That's because of Bugs Bunny. And that's because he was making, or like not making fun of, but he was playing a character of like somebody Cary Grant played in some movie long ago. But kids don't know that, so now I think bunnies eat carrots, and I'm running around with pantyhose on my head eating carrots.
You have a specific grind because of Bugs Bunny and the carrot thing, and the fact that everybody thinks bunnies love carrots. But what was it? Because it was like a cigar stand-in or something?
No, the character literally like ate carrots.
Oh,
it was a thing that he did.
Okay,
right. The
character
that he was parodying.
But it's not bad to eat carrots.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying.
Society lied to you, and you're upset about it.
Yeah, or it's not even that they lied to me. It's that they put that stuff in there. Kids don't understand it, and so their brains just make stuff up to account for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, Rocky and Bullwinkle was the worst at that, because they would make all these jokes that, like, if you were just a kid and you're just like, what's this dumb moose and squirrel? What are they up to? But then they would be like making these deep cut references to things that were happening politically, you know, like they were doing all these Cold War references, and then Fearless Leader is clearly a Nazi, and there's just like all this stuff going on.
Right.
Yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle was a struggle when I was a kid, because like you want to like Rocky and Bullwinkle, but then you watch it and at a certain point it's just like, I don't think I like this. This is boring. What is, like, I just didn't really.
Yeah. Well, I think it was supposed to be for adults, but
Right.
like they're also so dumb that it was like, oh well, kids like it too, but they don't know why. Maybe they don't like it. I don't know.
Give me, and I don't know why I link these two in my head, but give me some Mr. Magoo or Pink Panther. I'm all about that.
Is they okay? Yeah.
Mr. Magoo or Pink Panther. I'm all about that all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. I struggled with that one.
Yeah.
They just released, or they just announced something about Rocky or the Pink Panther. Somebody was just cast to play the new Pink Panther.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
I can't remember who it was.
I remember when I first discovered the Pink Panther live action movies, I was so bewildered. I was like, but wait, why is it the Pink Panther? What is this?
Yeah, me too.
But
yeah,
they're good. Some of them are good. Wasn't Steve Martin the Pink Panther in the 90s?
Yeah. Yep. That's the only one I'm finding right now, because I was just like, I wonder if I can find that news, but I don't know. Or he was Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
Eddie Murphy is going to be Inspector Clouseau in Pink Panther reboot.
Okay. Is it the 90s?
I don't know why we need another reboot of that, but
no, this is the 2020s, Randy.
It's 2025. We've been ramping into the 90s nostalgia for what? Yeah, but now we're hitting the stuff that wasn't even 90s stuff. It was nostalgia in the 90s.
I know, that's why you see all the like 70s like retro looking like or maybe even 60s a little bit, like the lettering and just the like more wide-legged pants, and it's just like the vibe, you know, has been resurfacing also.
Everybody's
because that's what it was in the 90s, because that's what it was in the 70s.
Sweaty and hairy looking. It's going to be disgusting.
Let's go, yeah.
The
Ron Jeremy is coming back. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, God.
The mustaches, I see the mustaches fairly often. The little mustaches.
Yeah.
I hate that there's a version of the mullet that seems very prevalent now. We're gonna shake our fists at the clouds. No, we're gonna move on, because that reminded me of something that is actually like we've just been riffing for a while. That's good though. Alien Earth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I heard something about that. Yeah.
We've only watched the first episode. They dropped 2 episodes like yesterday or something. We've only had time to watch the first one.
How long?
Yeah, it was an hour and a couple minutes. But
I hear it really redoes. It really redoes like the lore. Like it kind of just ignores Prometheus. It kind of ignores Covenant.
I can't speak to Covenant. Prometheus. I mean, what are you gonna do with Prometheus? You just gotta ignore that.
Right.
No, I don't know.
I
kind of feel like
that one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure where.
I don't think it does away with them. I think it is just like that happened maybe, but this is so long after that, kind of.
Or before. No, I don't know. I don't know. No,
I don't know. It's somewhere in the timeline, but I don't think it's so separate that it couldn't be related. It's just it doesn't reference them.
But I will
Right.
say my concern going into the show was, I was like, my worry is it's a TV series. It's an alien TV series. It's
Right.
My worry was it's gonna be cheap looking and cheesy. And
Or
at least
almost never have the aliens because
Right.
they'd be expensive.
Right. But at least the first episode, and that's kind of why I wish we would have jumped to the second episode, but we just didn't have time. They dumped some money into the show. It looks good, and it's also like, I guess the way it jumps around between kind of not different plot lines, but different kind of characters does feel a little bit like a TV show, but it also feels very cinematic. To the point where, we're watching on Hulu. We have the no ad tier, and it does the fade outs where there would be ads, but we don't get the ads, thankfully. But it's so weird to watch this, and then it fades out to an obvious what would be an ad break, and then comes back in, and it's like, it's very jarring because it feels like you're in the middle of an alien movie. There's some like good, like very tense sequences. They're on a ship or whatever, and there's different alien stuff happening, and then it fades to like commercial break, and it's like, that feels weird. But that, I think, to me,
you're like, game over, man, game over. Right after these messages,
Call of Duty 6, whatever.
right.
You got to go into a video game ad after that. But I mean, what I'm trying to emphasize is like, it didn't feel like a TV show. That's good.
I agree and disagree. I think it did feel very cinematic in the way it was filmed and stuff, but I think, and I like this, especially since it's going to be a TV series, I think the way they started off and the setup and stuff, like you were saying, the different plot lines type thing, I do think they did that, and I think they did it in a smart way that will make it easier to make it a TV show, and not seem like it's detracting from the overall storyline. Because first of all, they set it up so that the Earth has like 3 different groups of the future people, basically. And we kind of start off with them and their creation or whatever, sort of. And then we get back, I guess we start a little bit with Alien, then we switch to them, and then we go back to the Alien stuff, and then they merge or whatever.
Right. The like A story and B story,
right,
or whatever essentially comes together. But also it's a lot of world building.
Right.
Because there's the way, it's basically there's 3 main companies.
Yeah,
Alien's all about, kind of a corporate dystopia type situation.
Oh, a little Weyland-Yutani pre-merger.
No,
okay.
I don't think so. I think Weyland-Yutani is already merged, and there's 2 other, and I think that's maybe where they're introducing some new lore.
I think there's 4. Like there's 3, and then there's one new guy, because they kept calling him the new kid, and that was the one that had the little kids.
This Prodigy, I think, is what they were called, that company.
Yeah.
Okay, this first episode stuff, and it's not spoilers because they like do the narration with the text on the screen to set up the world right off the bat. But it's so Weyland-Yutani, basically it's all the corporations, all these rich guys or whoever, rich people that run these corporations. Their ultimate goal is eternal life. And but they're also so big that like I think Weyland-Yutani owns like North and South America, and basically there's no countries. There's these 3, 4, however many corporations that own the world, and one of them, like their kind of path forward, or at least their big tech thing, is the synths, which are like the white blood robots that we've seen in all the Alien movies.
Artificial intelligence,
hybrids, cyborgs, which would be like people but like cyborged out, and we haven't seen any of those in the show yet, at least the first episode. And then
are you sure? I thought the captain was one.
I don't know, maybe.
Okay,
I'm not sure. And then the hybrids, which are basically robots with human consciousness downloaded into them, and so like that's their 3 like paths to like some type of immortality.
My brain really wants to 80s-fy this, like the the cyborgs have got like some kind of a jump drive that they just like, and they were like, and I just jam that into the wall. Now I know things kind of like RoboCop would do.
Oh,
Like
right, right.
Knife input,
Well, there was a point where I was like, they need to Matrix Kung Fu. I know Kung Fu this information to these like hybrids that are going into the situation.
Yeah. Also, I think there was a point where he had like a knifey type thing come out of his fist
Very
to like
RoboCop.
just stick into a computer and turn it or something like that. Yeah.
I'm in.
But just based on one episode, I dig it a lot. And what reminded me of the whole thing was it opens and it retains, at least maybe it's the Wayland Yutani aesthetic. We start on one of their ships and it's so 70s. Like it retains the like original Alien style ship design, where it's real grungy in some places, of course, but then there's like the very white rooms, the 70s futuristic look.
Yeah.
And even like
futuristic,
the crew even has very 70s hair and mustaches and stuff.
The computers, the green screens with the same lettering.
Yeah.
So, man, yeah. Okay.
But I feel like it doesn't maintain. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't feel like a weird mishmash, but I feel like maybe when it goes to the other kind of the B story, it's got its own kind of vibe a little bit.
For sure.
But also, like, it's still the TV screens still kind of look like tube TVs, but they're doing touchscreen stuff. And I was like, okay, mix it all together.
Mm-hmm. Plus, space travel takes a long time, so who knows how long those people have been flying through space to get back there.
Yeah,
that's why they go into hyper sleep, whatever the heck it is called. Yeah,
that's true. That's a good point. So that's the thing we watched. That's pretty cool.
The only thing that I watched that's kind of adjacent to that would be like I started watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds. New season is out, and I'm about 3 episodes deep, and it's fun. I mean, like it's basically the Star Trek reboot that the movies tried to be. This is way better because the original series was what it was, and this is kind of like, hey, let's just have fun with it like the original series used to do, only we'll have production value of nowadays.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, the one thing is like I want to say there was a musical episode, because friggin' everything has a musical episode at this point, but they even introduced a Q this season, but it's not Q, it's Q's son, and it's that dude that is on. I'm pretty sure it's the captain from Our Flag Means Death.
Oh, okay, really?
Okay.
And he's got a great, and so he is involved in basically like a Twilight Zone episode where he's like, no, Spock's getting married. Kind of thing.
That sounds
good.
No, yeah.
I'm making that happen. And so he's the wedding planner throughout the whole thing. And they're like, no, I remember that I'm not getting married, and this is not okay.
Fun. He makes everything fun.
Yeah, I was trying to look up his name real quick. Rise Darby. I don't know if I'm.
Oh yeah, he was great.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
And then they had just the voice of Q. I don't remember his name right off the top of my head either, but that was fun. At the end, it was the reveal. It's like, I knew it. I knew he was a Q.
John DeLancey.
Yes, John DeLancey.
Yep.
So those have been fun, and it's interesting to throw like some stuff that we know from Star Trek: The Next Generation backwards into what would have been a precursor to Kirk's Enterprise.
Oh.
What?
Is that? Sorry, I was trying to find the cast. that guy's name?
I do not know.
The guy they got for Spock is great. He may be better than Zach Quinto.
Oh, I was wrong. I thought the captain guy was a different actor. Okay. Never mind.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
All right.
We watched a couple movies. We watched The Monkey, which was weird and enjoyable comedy horror movie.
Oh, yeah, that's a Stephen King thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's one of those movies, like, I was kind of excited for it because I like the director, Oz Perkins, who's Anthony Perkins' son. Norman,
yeah,
the original, the only proper Norman Bates. Well, his son's an actor, but also a film director, but he's done almost exclusively horror movies. And
you mean Hannibal Lecter, right?
Hannibal Lecter? No. What?
No.
Nope.
Hopkins?
No.
Who'd you say?
Perkins.
Oh, Perkins. Okay.
Oz Perkins, and his father was Anthony Perkins, right?
The guy from Psycho.
Yeah.
You might be right. You might be right. Okay.
Yeah.
I went on a weird tangent. Yeah.
It's okay. And this director did Long Legs, which came out not long ago at all. This is the movie he's come out with since then. Most of his movies are very kind of slow burn. This movie's different. It's not really slow burn. It's one of those movies where the world is just it's not a normal. The world's not normal. There's a funeral at one point, and they have this like super young, like too young looking of a priest guy come up, and he's like, oh, F-bomb, he's cursing, and then just his like funeral, I don't know what they'd call it, speech was so ridiculous and dumb, and he's like, well, it is what it is. These things happen, and so right off the bat, you're like, oh, nobody's really normal in this world. This isn't quite an accurate representation of the real world. And so the movie's got this like weird, kind of wacky tone to it. The violence is super over the top. At one point, a lady, how the monkey kind of works is it's almost like Final Destination, only instead of death, it's a monkey toy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go
ahead.
Like a monkey toy Death Note?
Yeah, kind of. It does kind of get used that way, but you can't control it. It's kind of random, or at least it seems random. But at one point, this lady like goes to dive, like it does the whole like Final Destination death setup type thing, and this pool gets electrified. And so this lady's about to jump in the pool, and we see our main character is witnessing this and goes to like yell stop. The lady dives into the pool, and it's just not. You expect she goes in the water and they do some like electrified thing. No, as soon as like her fingertips touch the top of the water, complete body explosion and a leg goes flying.
Like crazy.
Completely.
Oh my God.
There's like spray everywhere.
Yeah. So over the top. So that's the kind of movie The Monkey is.
Yeah. It's fun though.
Yeah. Then we also watched a movie called Freaky Tales, which is something I had never even heard of. But it came out, it's a 2024 movie. I think it just hit streaming. And I liked it. This was I checked it out because it had Pedro Pascal on the cover, and I'm like, Freaky Tales from last year with Pedro Pascal. What is this, and how have I never? This dude's just in everything. People are right. He's just in everything now.
I'm good with it.
But it takes place to talk about like kind of a wacky world in 1987, Oakland, and it's basically, it's an homage to like, I don't know, stuff like the Warriors, a lot of like 70s and 80s movies, but also like a real heavy homage to Tarantino movies. So it's you've got the homage inception going on, but it's essentially a anthology of like, was it 4 stories? 4 stories.
Yeah, 4 stories.
But they all tie in together, kind of. Most of them do in some ways, or at least overlap in some ways. And very stylish. The first section is kind of like 4x3, like it would be like watching a videotape kind of thing a little bit. And it's about punks who are having trouble with the neo-Nazis busting up their punk bar all the time.
Oh, and there's an overarching theme with like weird, I want to see like meteorite related powers or something like that.
Weird glowing green.
Yeah.
So it's got, I mean, it definitely kind of goes into supernatural areas more so towards the end. But it's just wacky and stylized and a throwback to various fun genre movies and Tarantino, which is what he did anyway. Cool music, ridiculous genre shifts, and one of them I think has more to do with maybe sexism, but it's got a very anti-Nazi vibe.
Yeah,
it's got a heavy anti-Nazi vibe.
Not just anti-Nazi, not anti like racist, maybe.
Yeah.
Because there's the Nazis, and then there's like some KKK people and other similar things.
Right, and it goes hard with it. I appreciated it. Like at one point, it's setting up this fight, and you're like, you're kind of like, oh, these people have like, they fashioned some like really gnarly weapons, like what? Because the tone is like not, I mean, maybe the first segment, the tone is like coming of age punk story, right?
It starts off feeling like they're gonna have like a dance off or something. Not exactly, but something like that. But that is not what happens.
No, and then it goes like hardcore violence
as
they're fighting against these neo-Nazis, and it was a good time. I liked it.
That makes me think of the beginning of A Clockwork Orange, where they're just kind of like hooligans, like out and about in the streets and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
right.
Yeah. But also, again, it ramps up, and you're like, whoa, this movie.
There's a lot of, I've seen, I don't know if it was in the marketing or some review or just people's reviews, but a lot of like Scott Pilgrim mixed with Pulp Fiction and The Warriors or something like that. Like, just to kind of give you an idea of like, kind of the
that's
vibes.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Mishmash me.
And I don't think it's not great, but it's pretty close to great. I liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I agree. It's good. It's not great, but it was like, it saw it and it was reaching for it. It was close.
Right. And it's not something I can point to like, it would be great if this.
Right.
It just, it's close.
Mm-hmm.
I debated on the star. I give this 4.5, which is really high. I probably should have give it 4, but I give it 4.5 because I was like, it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And it came out of nowhere. I literally just like opened, I don't know, HBO Max or Hulu, and it was like a thing there. And I was like, Freaky Tales with Pedro Pascal. What is this? And I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, this is what we're watching tonight. Mm-hmm. And it was a pleasant surprise.
I would have given it 3.5 stars, which is half a star above average.
Whoa. That's Oscar territory in terms of Melanie ratings.
Kinda, yeah. Basically everything's a 3 or less. Not everything, but most things.
Oh gosh, how long have we been going?
We've gone a little over an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get to our main attraction, which is Inside Baseball.
What?
Not
Inside baseball, all right.
behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So we were debating. We weren't debating. I proposed this idea. I figured Jesse'd be into
Master debaters.
it. Yes. I figured Jesse'd be into it. We should maybe start doing some comics again on Grawlix podcast, which is kind of what the whole podcast was initially built for.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
So this was partially this was inspired because I seen a post by Scott Snyder, and he was like, "Absolute Batman Volume 1 trade paperback is out today," and I was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Oh, Absolute Batman! I read a couple of those issues. Man, it'd be cool to read that whole trade volume paperback." And I was like, I don't know, whatever. That got it spinning. I was like, we should do, even if it's just once a month, we should cover some comics on Grawlix podcast. And I've also been like kind of itching to put some audio content out on a podcast feed again because it's been way too long.
Sure.
The problem is I don't want to overcommit to something and then kind of have it fall through like the Doctor Who thing. So I figure once a month, and it can be whatever we want. Ideally, something we actually want to read, because that'll help us maybe stay motivated to actually read it. Might be a little bit more difficult for Melanie because I don't know all the things she wants to read. I
will read anything, but we each get a turn picking what we read, right?
That was kind of what I was thinking.
There you go.
I was like, we can alternate, so we can each pick one. And then whatever. Then we'll have to read whatever everybody else wants.
And then we can each make each other regret that we decided to do this.
Yes, I'm so excited to do that.
Well, and not that this happened all the time. Well, but not that this happened all the time. But I think the difference between that, and we kind of did that anyway when we had our ongoing random things we'd review. That in the pull list is then we won't get hit with something where none of us are particularly interested in reading a thing. That might be great. We don't know. I might force that one in there just to finally make good on that one.
Yeah, I know.
But
I don't know. I read bits of it. I mean, like I'm sure it was going somewhere.
Right. So my thought process is over the course of the month, and also like Jesse's super busy. Melanie and I are busy and or hard to motivate for certain things. We can tackle a trade in a month. So once a month, we'll do comic book review, ideally 30, 45 minutes. And it won't even necessarily be the whole stream. If we stream it, I'm assuming we'd stream it, do it on a regular episode. But if not, maybe we'll just record it. But then I can just take the review, give it a proper edit, and have that go out on the feed. And in a way, we're almost full circle to a monthly Grawlix podcast episode again.
Back to our roots.
Except the
monthly.
The original monthly episodes were like super long.
Yeah, like 6 hours of recording, long. Man. Yeah. It was like the whole gosh darn day.
Yeah, we would Sundays. I think mostly Sundays were dedicated to recording hours of podcasts. But I'm not motivated to edit hours of podcasts. So one review a month,
we did that ever.
30, 45 minutes. Ideally, if it goes up to an hour, that's fine. But I can do an episode a month of an acceptable length. And and those will go out on the podcast feed proper.
And it'll be amazing.
That will be amazing. I can't wait to make you guys read some Smurfs. You knew it. You knew it, right?
We are a team and a family, and we gotta put up with each other's stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you guys I'm gonna make you guys read Weird Batman. So it's fine.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Amazing. Okay.
You know what else is amazing?
What else?
Existence. And for a long time, physicists have been trying to figure out why anything exists at all, because according to what we currently know about the universe, there should have been equal amounts of matter and antimatter in the beginning, and they should have canceled each other out because that's what they do. So why does anything exist? Well, now CERN, excuse me, that sounded weird. Now CERN has nearly recently found the answer, they think. Okay, so researchers have observed a clear asymmetry in how baryons, which are a type of subatomic particle that make up protons and neutrons, which make up atoms, which make up everything. But anyway, between how baryons and their antimatter particles, so antibaryons, decay. So simply put, antimatter particles decay faster. And that's also been observed in muons, but they don't make up as much matter. So, we wanted more than that. But so now we have baryons too, which does make up more matter. And impressively, the research resulted in a 5.2 sigma confidence level, which means that there's like a 1 in 10 million chance that it's just random noise and not like a normal occurrence that they're seeing. So yeah. So we kind of figured out why everything exists. It's because antimatter decays quicker than regular matter.
Chemical imbalance.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter much.
Oh.
Well, it matters a lot, really, but yeah.
Wow. Oh, right. It matters more than it doesn't.
Right.
Spaced invaders.
Spaced invaders.
I'm doing stupid visual stuff, and we don't even have any visuals going out. Okay.
Nope.
Hey, thank you, Melanie. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Reality exists because reality has a chemical imbalance. That's what I'm hearing.
Sure.
Antimatter can't get its ducks in a row.
Right.
Come on, entropy, work harder.
When do we want to do comics? Whenever we can fit it in.
Well, we are it's the middle of the month, so would we aim for the next month?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And that's when we have to have read Batman, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys, hey, listeners, are you there? If you guys want to join us, we'll be reading Absolute Batman Volume 1, The Zoo. It's collected in a trade that came out at the beginning of this month. Also, the series has been going for a little while. Like, I had read the first 2 issues before. So you can find it. It's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Some Scott Snyder. Plus, it's only appropriate if we're going to bring it back with some Scott Snyder Batman. That sounds like a good idea to me, anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Seems like a thing that we always seem to find something Scott Snyder that we liked.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's Batman AF. It's ridiculous. Okay. I know a comic's good when I'm like, I can't wait to get Melanie's reaction or non-reaction to this because there's some ridiculous stuff in there.
Right. I'm excited too because I have something I want to read that now we all get to read. Huzzah!
All right, cool.
Jesse? Anything you want to mention before we bounce out of here?
The only thing I got going on is in October. So. Okay. In October, I'll be doing the show.
Oh.
I'll probably be streaming tomorrow night on Helix Rock Radio, most likely. I don't know. I've been kind of taking it easy. I went pretty hard. The weekly show for like over a year, so I've been kind of taking it easy a little bit this month. But most likely, I'll be streaming something over on Helix Rock Radio tomorrow. It's rockradio.live. Come listen to some death metal and thrash and stuff with me. Other than that, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yep.
Grawlixpodcast.com.
Woohoo.
All right. We kind of went out with a whimper on this one.
That was not a whimper. I said woohoo.